morning. Welcome to the Soul Sister channel on this Sunday, February 28th. It's the Love Boat version of the Soul Sister channel. We're going to be working on relationships the entire week ahead. We're going to be working with those of us who'd like to start that new relationship and just don't have that initiative. We're going to be working with those of us who need to bring balance and alignment into our current relationships. We're going to be talking and working with those of us who need to let go of a toxic or unbalanced narcissistic relationship. This is the week. Welcome aboard the Love Boat. Let's get started with our 3 deep cleansing breaths now. All right, let's take the first. I think we don't need the Love Boat music for the deep cleansing breaths, right? All right, let's take our first deep cleansing breath now. On this first deep cleansing breath, we're releasing all disease, toxicity, and negativity from our physical etheric bodies. Good one. Second one now. On this second deep cleansing breath, we're releasing all disease, toxicity, and negativity from our emotional astral bodies. And one more. On this third and final deep cleansing breath, we're releasing all disease, toxicity, and negativity from our mental bodies, both higher and lower. And as we always do, we're going to see all the nastiness and murkiness just kind of leaving our fingers, leaving our toes, going out there, just going away from our bodies. And in its place, we're being filled with this beautiful white light. And this white light is made up of light, love, and the will to good. And we see this beautiful white light extending out into a circle all around our physical etheric bodies. This white light is protecting us from all evil, all low vibration, all disease, all negativity. All that stuff is bouncing off our protective bubble and going right back where it came from. And let's just take a minute and let's just sit in that space of peace, being full of that white light, of seeing that bubble around us, and being completely protected in that bubble, feeling completely at peace in this white light. Just a couple seconds. Let's just feel it. Now, in that peace, from that peace, we can go out and address the world in whatever challenges, obstacles, opportunities it has for us today. Well, as I said in the beginning, it's the week that we are going to work on relationships. First, I want to ask you how you are doing with that deep breathing challenge of doing that every day as you start your day. How are we doing with that? Because that's going to be really helpful this coming week as we work on aligning and balancing our current relationships, bringing in a new relationship, or releasing a toxic relationship. Now, we assume that these relationships are personal, and a lot of times they are. But we also have to consider our relationships with our coworkers, our boss, our job, our relationships with our families and friends, and even our relationship with something like work or food. You know, those are all relationships too. But I'm going to be focusing on pretty much the personal relationship. And if you're dealing with a relationship in any other area, just follow along. It will work for you too. Okay, so we start the day, February 28th, last day of February. We have some great things to start the week, some great energy. First of all the planets are now direct. No planets are retrograde anymore. We have spent almost all of 2020 reviewing, realigning, reassessing, reinventing, really taking a deep look of who we are and what we have to contribute to the whole moving forward. Now, we have done that work, and now guess what? It's time to move forward. So we're starting the week with all this direct energy. That's awesome. We are starting the week with Venus in Pisces still. Venus is our planet of relationship. She's in Pisces, and pretty much the Cliff Note version of the Pisces energy is spiritual. It's the energy that connects us to our spirituality. So when we're talking about relationships, we're talking about the energy of unconditional love, the highest form of love there is. But, energies can be used positively or negatively. So the negative side of that Piscean energy is not so pretty. It's addiction. It's those relationships that we're still in because we're obsessed or we're addicted to something. Usually it's in a relationship. We're in a relationship that's unhealthy, toxic, narcissistic. And there's some kind of addiction to that relationship. And we're going to be working on that this week. So the high level of Pisces and the low level of Pisces. Be aware of that as we go through the week and we work with our relationships and making them healthier. We still have this little guy going on just for the next couple of days. Our Saturn in Aquarius squaring your Uranus and Taurus. We've talked a lot about this. This energy is finally going to kind of go away for a little bit on the 3rd, and it will be coming back to visit us on June the 14th. This is the energy of finding new ways, new ideas, reinventing ourselves, out of the box, being able to address the future moving forward and how we can contribute. This versus this Uranus and Taurus, who's all about hanging on to the status quo no matter what. And in our relationships, we will find this week, hopefully ending in the next couple of days, in a power struggle. That's what it looks like, the old versus the new. We want to offer something new and different, and the old way is really combating us and saying, no, we want to keep things exactly the way they are because it's working so well, isn't it? Yeah, wrong. Anyway, so we have that going on. So we're going to be thinking about this week, about our relationship. And let's use the keyword of, I'm going to move into a more unconditional love space. And if it's not something we can move, evolve it, we need to let it go. All right. So Monday, now with the moon in Libra, the moon is unconscious. So don't look for anything in the outer world to trigger these emotions inside of you. Sometimes it's happening, but most of the moon energy is happening inside, and it looks like emotions that come up, and we're not really sure of the origin of those emotions because they're unconscious. We're bringing them up from past experiences, usually from our childhood, where we didn't have the rational mind to understand the situation. So our emotions processed it in a not balanced or real way. But we still default unconsciously into those emotions. So we want to be very conscious of anything that's coming up with us within us today on Monday, with us on Monday, that we are careful and conscious and we look at where those emotions are coming from. So then we can address it. Got to know where it's coming from first before you can address it. We also have Mars conjunct the Sun in Taurus, It's a great day. We have this great energy, starting something new. This is Monday. On Monday, we can start that new relationship. We can change that career. We can let go of that relationship that doesn't serve us anymore, isn't healthy for us anymore. So the energy is there to push forward to the next step. We get into Tuesday, and now the moon is going into Scorpio. So those unconscious energies are going to feel a little bit more intense within us. And we just got to realize that those energies are intense, and not to fall into them, but to follow them and be conscious so that we can respond in a healthy, balanced way, and not from a dramatic, emotional, unbalanced way. This energy is going to make us feel more compassionate, more empathetic. It's a great day to really speak with, communicate with our partners, trying to understand where they're coming from, what their expectations are in our relationship, how we can work together so that both of our individualistic needs are served while we can keep the cohesiveness and of the relationship itself. So Tuesday is a good day to initiate, to take the next step in that relationship. Wednesday, our relationships are going to be tested, okay? So Wednesday in the middle of the week, we're going to be tested. We have the Mercury conjunct Jupiter, so we can see clearly, our thoughts are clear, we can see the future, we can see the next step, but our partner may not. Our partner may be more, remember the status quo in Wednesday is the 3rd, so that Saturn Uranus energy is squaring, that battle is holding on till its last breath. So Wednesday, we could find ourselves in a power play with our significant other or our workplace or our boss. And again, it's going to look like power over, manipulation, control, so that they can get what they think they need by compromising us. So be clear that we do want our relationships to be balanced and aligned, but we cannot compromise ourselves, okay? Do not compromise ourselves for somebody else's desires. That is a big no-no. Don't do it. All right, we also have Venus is sextiling Uranus on Wednesday. So while we have these tensions, while we have this conflict, there's also the energy to bring resolution to those conflicts today. A diplomatic resolution that will work for all involved. So it doesn't have to be me or you. It can be what's good for both of us. So look at that energy in the relationship on Wednesday of what we can do. How can we compromise with each other so that we have a healthy relationship where both of our values are included, acknowledged, okay? We are also on Wednesday, Mars moves into Gemini. So it's all about communication, exchange of ideas. We want to get our idea across. And guess what? We have the energy available. Again, we are clear thinking. We know where we want to go. We can see different alternatives. It doesn't have to be one way and one way only. This is really important in the relationship and making sure that we honor each other's needs and desires and values that we can see clearly, and we can communicate with each other. And then again, like I said before, we can bring resolution to any issue that's outstanding that we haven't maybe been able to resolve earlier. Now the energy is there. However, then we move into Thursday. Thursday and a little bit on Wednesday, with this relationship energy, be aware. Secrets, whether you have a secret or your partner has a secret, it's gonna get blown either on Wednesday or Thursday. If you're hiding anything from your partner, you better be ready for it to be revealed. Because Wednesday and Thursday, the energy is there. If you've been hiding anything, expect it to be exposed and be ready to face the consequences. We must always remember when we act to know what those consequences, the possible consequences are, and be ready to accept responsibility for those consequences. So some secret is going to get blown, and we're going to have to pick up the pieces and try to bring things back together and rebalance. On Friday and Saturday, the moon goes in the Sagittarius. We're very jovial. Our feelings are very generous and outgoing. We want to party. We want to be with other people. We want to be with our loved one. We want to celebrate our love with our loved one. But, again, there is a little bit of a conflict, a little bit of an energetic conflict on Friday and Saturday, where our partner may want to play the victim. Again, this is for us to be aware of and be conscious of. We don't want to fall into that ploy. You know, somebody needs us. Our partner needs us. Or do they really need us? Or are they just playing us? Be very, very clear. We don't need to be taken advantage of by anyone. And that's what this is about. Somebody taking advantage of our love, our compassion, our empathy to feel good about themselves. But they're not being honest. So be aware, be focused. Great stuff to work on this week as far as relationships and the love boat. I've got a new oracle deck. I'm going to bring it out a day early because I want to and I can. This is the Enchanted Map oracle deck. It is by Colette Baron Reed. And again, it is an oracle deck, not a tarot deck. And just like them. And I like the messages in this deck, and I hope you do too. So, Spirit Guides, what would you like to share with us for this week, starting February 28th and going all the way through March 6th? Thank you so much for giving us the message for this week. We really appreciate your guidance and your light. Message for us. What do you got for us, Spirit Guides? Ghostlands. Dry desert. Heal the ouch. Spirit is getting on the love boat cruise with us as far as relationships this week. Spirit says, remember I was talking about the unconscious and the unconscious emotions. Spirit says be aware of those unconscious emotions that are coming up, what is provoking them, and where they are originating, especially in regard to our personal relationship. We will find a lot of information there. We will find out the origin of our pain and our woundedness. Ghostlands. Be willing to look at the shadow side of ourselves, because it's in the shadow side that we find our glory and our beauty. Dry desert just kind of what confirms that. You can see we're going through the desert. We can't see where we're going. It is in the desert again, just like in the ghost lands, though. Even though we can't see where we're going, we need to first be assured that we are being directed to where we need to go. And secondly, we need to have faith and be thankful for what we have. And then we need to make sure we go into that quiet space, take those 3 deep cleansing breaths and sit in the peace so that we can begin to see the answers that are coming up from the unconscious. We can't see them on the surface, but if we sit in quiet, we'll be able to access them. And heal the ouch. Some of us are in unbalanced relationships, and this week, by looking at ourselves and our emotions that come up regarding our relationships, getting to the bottom of those feelings and emotions, why do we feel this way? We can start healing the pain. For some of us, the only way for us to heal is to let go. This week, we should be able to tell by the end of the week if we are in a relationship that can be salvaged, that we can evolve into this beautiful unconditional love, or it is something that is sunk into the abyss of obsession and addiction that we need to let go. But the relationship is bringing us some kind of pain, and we need to be conscious about it this week on how to heal that pain. We may be bringing pain to our partner as well because we are selfish. And so we need to take a look at that too. All right. So thank you for joining me today on the Soul Sister channel on this February the 28th. I'm trying to find this again. And please come see me. Come see me at Soul Sister Cat Facebook page. That's a cat. And I have daily inspirational readings as well as memes there. Also, if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share. I would really appreciate your support. If you haven't checked out the little intro to tarot, make sure you look at my playlist on the tarot and check that out if you're interested. Also, I'm going to be doing something a little fun and a little different. Be looking for it tomorrow. I'm just going to be doing a tarot reading message for anyone who needs it. If you feel like seeing what the guides are saying, if you want to see if you resonate with it, check in tomorrow. I'm going to be doing just a free message tarot reading for anyone interested. Thank you again so much for joining me. I can't wait to hear about everyone's wonderful week ahead. Remember, life is lived from the inside out. Namaste.